Welcome to the wonderful world of stew. Carnival season is upon us. That means cotton candy, creepy carnies, and of course, the Ferris wheel. Check this out, it's my favorite Ferris wheel of all time. The people climb up the ladder, they wait for the right time, they grab on to the thing, and their body weight brings it around. It's a human-powered Ferris wheel, greatest Ferris wheel ever, which is not saying much because Ferris wheels suck. But still, if I may make a quick comparison here, the human Ferris wheel is quite similar to the abortion argument. Of course, you were all thinking that, I'm sure, but see, you expend a lot of energy, and you never really seem to get anywhere. You just kind of go around and around in circles. Warrior for women's rights Sandra Fluke helps muck up the conversation by tweeting this. Remember why women turn to Gosnell? Barriers to access, affordability, harassment, etc. Hashtag safe and legal. And she tweeted it with this image from NARAL. That's true, that's true. I guess the right has restricted the opportunities of doctors to murder infants after birth. Damn them! It's time to get a little antisocial on the social media. Polls show that this is slightly a pro-life country. The latest poll comes from Gallup, and it shows that 48% of people say they're pro-life, 45% say they're pro-choice. However, people don't seem to realize that's the case. When asked what they think most Americans believe, only 35% say they think the country is pro-life, 51% pro-choice. That's a 19-point swing between perception and reality. What accounts for that difference? Well, partially it's the media. They give credence to ridiculous arguments like the war on women, and people assume the average person thinks contraception should be handed out to kids on Halloween. The truth is, people con themselves into thinking they're pro-choice. It's easier. The logic goes like this. I think abortion's wrong, but it's the choice of the mom. In the first trimester, people sure do heart abortion, 61% to 31%. However, they completely turn on it when month 4 hits. Americans think abortion should be illegal in the second trimester by a margin of 37 points. Strange, huh? You truly believe that it's a choice. Then what if the mom wants to make a choice of a late term abortion? In the last 3 months of pregnancy, the American people reject abortion by a slim margin of 80 to 14. But why? If people were pro-choice, they would be leaving that choice to the mom, right? In reality, only this 14% can truly be considered pro-choice. And if you're pro-life and you still feel like you're in the minority, remember this. By a 13-point margin, 55 to 42, the American people want abortion to be more restricted than it is today. They want the laws to move in the pro-life direction. They want it to be limited to early abortions, restricted circumstances, consenting adults. But while that's good news, it makes no freaking sense. Unlike the human Ferris wheel. I mean, am I right? This is awesome. I'm not the only one who enjoys watching this. I could honestly sit here for like hours and have just watching it over and over again. So how do we talk about abortion in America? Start with asking your friendly neighborhood abortion supporter, is it okay to abort a baby after birth? Hopefully, you get a no there. If not, call state authorities. So if they're against aborting after birth when the baby looks like this, ask them how they feel about abortion 1 minute before birth when the baby looks like this. Big difference there, huh? Of course, everyone says no to that too, because any other answer makes you psychotic. It's completely psychotic to say 1 minute it's a fetus with no rights that you can kill legally, and the next minute it's a living person that killing will win you a murder charge. Remember that, please. Ask then, what about in the last 3 months of pregnancy, when it looks like this? Or the middle 3 months of pregnancy, when it looks like this? Or what about the first 3 months of pregnancy, when it looks like this? At some point, an abortion supporter says, yeah, it's okay to abort that kid. That one, it's okay. Most likely around 3 months. Now it's your job to get specific. So at 4 months, it's not okay. So is it okay at 3 months, 30 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes? Eventually, you're gonna get to the point where they are saying that 1 minute it's a fetus with no rights that you can kill legally, and the next minute it's a living person that killing will win you a murder charge. In other words, they will be calling themselves psychotic by a definition they already agreed to. Keep pushing. So a baby conceived in January becomes a baby after 89 days, but a baby conceived in March becomes a baby in 92 days? Why? Because we decided to make February a shorter month? What if you're unlucky enough to be conceived in a leap year? Then you're not a baby until 90 days. Does any of this make freaking sense? People on the right hammer groups like NARAL. They're pro-choice. Remember, abortion should be safe, legal, and rare. Look at that NARAL graphic again. I don't know if you noticed this, but keep abortion safe and legal. Screw rare. Despite their name being one letter away from natal, NARAL loves abortion. And they deserve respect, because at least they're honest about it. They pretty much argue you can abort Macaulay Culkin today. And they have balls. They stand up and they own it. People in the middle are the ones that are screwed up. Seriously, Kermit Gosnell faced the death penalty for killing babies at just over 24 weeks. If he was a day earlier, and he cleaned up a little bit around the office, he'd be a respected doctor. 1 minute at 24 weeks was the difference between a mansion and a prison. An Armani suit or an orange jumpsuit. 1 minute was the difference between a trophy wife and an unwanted boyfriend.
How you doing?
That America is freaking psychotic, and there's no other way to look at it.